Hi, morning. Another snowy day. Today what I'm doing is, yesterday I did 30 pounds of bacon. Smoked it all, got it all ready, and it's done. Today I'm going to do another 30, so this time around I thought I'd take you guys along and show you how I actually do my bacon. Now this is my smoker. It was an old freezer one time. That was many, many years ago. I've been using this one now probably for 15 years to smoke my bacon every year. So actually, I'm going to tell you guys exactly how I do this. No, Logan, you stay out there. That's my big Pyrenees. He wants to come in and get in the way. No, you stay out there. So first things that I always do is I only use applewood. That's the only wood I use for smoking my bacon. It's the stuff that I've been using for years and years. So usually it's little twigs to start. Like this year it's been difficult because everything outside is wet. And I don't go buy my material to do the smoking. All this stuff comes from my apple trees or my neighbor's apple trees. I'll let that burn for a few seconds. Now this is a bag of wood chips, apple wood chips. That's dry. Like I did these probably 2 years ago. This is the apple wood chips that I'm using. Now this stuff is dry. Now I use dry ones to start my fire, to start the smoking process. Now these I only did yesterday. These are completely green. The reason I use the green ones, they produce more smoke and less fire. Now this this smoker has probably done 15 years. Every year we probably do about 60 to 70 pounds of bacon. Some years, I think I did 120 one year, which was for pigs. And I've done them for people who raise and butcher and slaughter their own pigs, but they didn't know how to smoke their bacon. So I took their bacon, cured it, and smoked it for them. Now hopefully this works. Because what I'm going to do, I don't really need to sterilize my smoker today because it was running yesterday. But normally what I would do is, if I'm just starting it for the first time in a year, I'll come down and light a pretty good fire down in here and let it get good and hot. Now the reason I put the bigger wood in there is because you need something to help the wood chips keep burning. Always takes a bit to get these things burning good, but once they're burning, then they just keep going and going and going. So like smoker, this thing is making a lot of smoke already. But it always does take a bit of time to get it to burn properly. Yeah, the reason I use a torch is because I don't want to put birch or cardboard or anything in there to start my fire, so I just use a torch. Alright, that looks like it's going to burn okay. I'm going to leave that right there. This thing used to have hinges on it. It doesn't anymore because I had a tree that fell on my smoker. So what I'm going to do now, I'll take you guys up and show you how I get my bacon ready. Turn my bacon up, so I'm going to take some of the fat off, not all the fat, just some. Okay, this one looks pretty good. So what I do is I usually just cut it down into, I try to trim it up a little bit to take off all the dry edges. So yeah, this is a small slab of bacon that's going to go in my smoker. So that's one. That's what you call a pork belly. It's about, I'd say around 10 pounds. Maybe a little bit less, but not much. So there's a platter with bacon. It's got to go to the smoker now. I don't know how much you guys are going to be able to see this. It's called a smoker for a reason. Okay, so all the bacon's in the smoker. I didn't bring any paper towels with me. Oh well. So yeah, it's probably going to take around 12 hours, 14 hours for it to smoke. Get to the right temperature inside. It's taken a little longer this year because the outside skin of my smoker was completely destroyed by a tree falling on it. So yeah, now all I got to do is close it up and just let it smoke away for the next 2 or 3 hours. Just smoke. There's not much heat, and then I got to come down and I got to get somewhat of a flame going because I'm going to need the inside to start the heat up after a few hours. So yeah, I'm on my way down to check on the bacon. It's been about 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Figured I better come down and check it. About, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, when I was smoking the bacon in the smoker, and I can't remember where I went, but I went off the homestead for something or another, and I came back. What had happened is the wood that I had in with the wood chips, I guess most of the wood chips kind of burned away, and then the wood caught fire, and it caused a bigger fire inside, and all of my bacon burnt that year. About 35 or 40 pounds of bacon just got burnt to crisp because once it starts burning, the grease enhances the fire, and it just got out of control, and I lost all my bacon that year. So I don't let that happen anymore. When I'm doing my bacon, I stay home. I check it at least every couple of hours. So here, let me put this thing down so you guys can see when I'm opening up the... They got burnt out pretty good. Lots of smoke still going in here, so it's a good thing. Now I gotta get some more green wood chips in here. I don't like my wood chips getting too low, so I always try to keep it pretty high. And this is the last of the bacon this year, so even if I use up all the wood chips this year, it doesn't matter. I'll just make more for next year. Now I don't put my wood chips directly over top of the wood that's actually burning there, because if you do that, you have that tendency to actually smother the fire, and you don't want to do that because you want it burning. The main reason I can't just cover it with the wood chips is because these are green wood chips, and it would probably just put the fire out. So yeah, these have a lot of moisture in them, so before they can even burn, they have to dry out. So Now, the reason I do my smoking this way is because that's how my family has done it for generations. Because we've always smoked all of our own meat, our sausages, hams, whatever we were doing at the time. We smoked a lot of salmon, capelin, lots of different types of fish we've always smoked. So, all right. So now at the top of my smoker, there's ventilation holes. That's so that the smoke can actually escape. And at the bottom of my smoker, you can see where I cut a vent that goes in. So what it does is when it gets warm inside, it pulls the air in because the hot air is escaping. In order for the hot air to escape, it has to pull air in from somewhere. So usually it'll pull it in from the bottom, and when it pulls it in, it's pulling in fresh oxygen, which actually helps the fire burn better, which in turn creates more smoke. So yeah, I'm on my way down to get my bacon. I think it should be ready by now. There's Logan, my big Great Pyrenees. He's enjoying his pig head. Yeah, that's my greenhouse you see off in the distance there. Dark outside, obviously, and the lights are on in my greenhouse. I have to use grow lights and lights in the greenhouse this time of year because it gets dark really early. It's starting to get dark a little later, but still too early. So yeah, that's my greenhouse. So yeah, now we're gonna down here, and my smoker is still smoking pretty good. I was down about an hour or so ago. Oh. My battery's getting low on the camera, so I got to do this kind of quick. I thought I had it fully charged, but I guess not. So this is the smoker. My bacon's all done. I'll show it up nice and close. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see this. On night vision, everything looks black and white, but I'll show you guys what it looks like tomorrow when I start cutting it up. That wouldn't be good. I almost dropped it on the ground. Whew. Yeah. Absolutely perfect. Smells and looks delicious. Just gotta close the door so the dogs don't get in where the fire is. I finally got everything all ready. My bacon. Before I start slicing it with the slicer, I always put my bacon in the freezer and let it. I don't let it freeze solid, but I need it nice and cold, so that works in the slicer better. Now all I got to do is just like clean up the edge, so that when I do my slice, adjust the thickness, which I usually keep it about around 1/8 of an inch thick. Now this is just a home slicer. It ain't no commercial slicer, but it works for me. I've been using this same slicer now for, well, I don't even know how many years. A long time. It's like 100 times faster than trying to do this by hand. It's just a little small slicer. You know, it's like a home slicer type thing. And this is the bacon. So yeah, it does a really good job at slicing the bacon, keeps it all nice and the same thickness. I like that because it just cooks more even. So yeah, like this is just one piece. I have, I think I have 8 pieces. This is one of the smaller ones. So I just thought I'd show you guys exactly how I finish off my bacon. These are vacuum sealed bags. I always try to keep my bacon like nice and straight, flat, so that when we do take it out of the freezer, it's not in a great big clump of bacon, so that we can get it apart a lot easier. This is the package of my bacon that I do about this much. It's about one meal, like one breakfast. We don't usually take it out, like make big packages, because we don't eat bacon that often. Like we have more than enough for a year from one full pig. So yeah, I vacuum seal. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but yeah, I vacuum seal it. Seal it up nice and tight. So yeah, there's my bacon, all vacuum sealed, all nice and tight, and I have about 100 bags of these to do. Hey, thanks for watching. If you got anything out of the video, maybe consider subscribing. Hit that like button. Also hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment.